So the next step in our bottom end service is our reed valves. Now this is something that I'm pretty positive as of right now we're the only one that does as far as installing an existing reed valve in the cam cover area. We have done that. This is the one that we've used on the twin cams. We've used it's a little bit larger because we got more space in the twin cam, and then this is the one that we use on the Milwaukee 8. And this, if you'll see right here, we machined the case. I'll flip this around, but it goes right in here. You can see in this little reed valve, and then if you look through here, we've machined it so that this is your flywheel area. So when the pistons come down, that pressure will open this reed valve up and blow it open, allowing the pressure into the cam cover area. And then of course, when they go up, it closes, which you know, allows for this pump to scavenge more. And that leads me to my next thing here that I want to talk about. Now, I still am a firm believer in the seals on the back of the pumps. That's something that we run. I think it was a good idea from Harley Davidson. This is not really a seal. It's more of a reed valve. And if you look at this real carefully, you can see this fits in the back of the pump. And as you can see right here, this seal is flexible. I keep calling it a seal, but it's really a reed valve, okay? And what that's designed to do is to kind of do the same thing as what our reed valve does, is when the pistons come down, the pressure comes through that pump area or around that pinion bearing, and what it will do is it will just blow that lip back, allowing that pressure out. And then when the pistons go up, it pulls it back against the bearing and seals it. That's why in our previous video, I mentioned to you how crucial this depth is on this bearing, because if the bearing is protruded outward toward the face of here, then what it does, it locks this reed valve or seal, if you want to refer to it, it basically crushes it against the bearing like you see right here. It would be pushed against, and that's why I see a lot of them. Okay, so then basically this here becomes useless. So it's not allowing the pressure in or out. So the secret is to have that bearing location right so that seal or the reed valve just barely lays up there with a slight amount of pressure. When the pressure comes through the bearing, it blows that lip back, which opens it up. When the pistons go up, it pulls it up against the bearing and basically seals it. It's like the drinking a milkshake. I know we've all done, you drinking a milkshake and you get a hole in that straw, and then you can just keep sucking and sucking, and it will not pull up that milkshake. And that's what happens when you don't shut those areas off from one another. The pump will not scavenge as efficiently, in my opinion, as they do with them sealed off, okay? And that's also why we run a directional valve on all of our transmission vent line kits and everything of that nature. So that's the reason that we like to run the O-ring or the seal, as some people call it, okay? Thank you very much.